So guys, let's put all the data together. All we're going to have time to do today is probably get the data together, and then we'll come back next Tuesday after you've forgotten everything about T-intervals.
I can't wait to talk about it.
And then you'll forget everything over the weekend, and we'll come back on Tuesday and recap and make sure. Oh, you guys are back, excellent. So first of all, I want to address a couple comments before we collect the data. Nick, you said something extraordinarily valid, I think. Right when I came back into the room, you proclaimed that
There are too many variables.
there are too many variables in this experiment, especially the way we conducted it. Now, I tried to control for some of them. Number one, I Googled that energy dominant hand thing, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Let's figure out what that is. How many people were left hand energy dominant? How many people were right hand? The other, half and half, which I think makes sense. I'm guessing it's almost a coin flip there. Good. So I tried to control for that. So if we did have an energy field, we were putting out the maximum amount of energy according to that link. Okay, again, I can't prove or disprove it. It just is what it says it is. What was the coin flip doing? Randomizing what hand you were collecting. Randomizing essentially what hand you were collecting, because we are biased as creatures, correct? We are biased as creatures because we might not purely randomly assign our hands. When I was helping McKinnon doing his, I went something like heads, tails, 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 heads, 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 tails. I don't think I would have done runs like that where I was flipping a coin. I mean, we'd be more tempted probably to go heads, tails, heads, tails, probably a couple heads in a row, but then we start thinking about the pattern, which is the opposite of randomness. You see what I'm getting at? That's where the coin comes in. Good. I tried to control everything else best I can, but there are some other things I think probably would show up that would be uncontrollable. We'll deal with those momentarily. Let's collect the data. So what I want to do now is, I want to collect them in terms of, so right now you're looking at your data, correct? I want to look at the number of correct responses out of 10. So you guys, as a class, have a quiz in front of you with two sets of responses, person A, person B. Let's raise hands if somebody got none of them correct. None correct whatsoever. None correct whatsoever.
Do you want us to add A and B together?
No. Keep them separate. Keep them separate as two sets of 10. So I'm going to put a 0 in there. And what we're going to start seeing is down here in this graph, it'll start updating. How about one correct response out of the 10? How many of those did we get? 1 out of 10 correct? None. Two correct responses out of 10. So you got, in one of those lines, you had 2 corrects and 8 wrongs. Nobody yet? Okay. How about 3 correct responses and says that's 4. We got 4 there. Good. 4 correct responses and 6 wrong responses. That's 1, 2. Good. How about 5 and 5? That was me. I know that was me. 5 and 5? 1, 2, 3, 4. How about 6 and 4? 6 correct, 4 wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4. How about 7 and 3? 7 right, 3 wrong. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How about 8? 8 right, 2 wrong. 1, 2, 3. How about 9 and 1? 9 right, 1 wrong. There's 2. Who's got them all right? We got one with them all right? All right. So now, let me pretty this up a little bit. Put a border on that thing. No, use all the data.
Oh.
So I have to add, I'm assuming I have to add to somebody.
Yeah.
What was your other one?
3 correct.
3 correct, so that would be 1 more here. Anybody else miss a data point that everybody accounted for? Like everybody in the class accounted for? Looks like I should have about that, correct? Okay, so here's what we just did. This is what we just did. And that, I gotta fix this real quick. Hang on 1 second. Select the data.
Are we supposed to combine both of ours?
No, don't combine them. Don't combine them. Count them individually in sets of 10.
Got it.
There we go. And that's what you did, correct, Alan?
Yes.
Yeah, because I'm trying to keep this out of 10. Now, one of the big contentions about touch therapy, and this experiment in particular, I actually borrowed this experiment from, I think it was an 11-year-old girl that wanted to either support or refute touch therapy. Did a similar experiment. Hers was more controlled, didn't she? She controlled more variables than I did. Just because she had more time and actually a budget. One of the contentions is that touch therapy is no better than what? Guessing. Which is what I can honestly say I was guessing, because I had no idea what the hell happened. I don't know, right? I was going to say right all 10 times. I was going to say, McKinnon, flip the damn coin 10 times, and anything that says heads, say right, anything that says tails, say wrong, because I'm going to guess right every single time. I didn't do that because I wanted to play nice. It's my damn experiment. What do you think? Do you think you guys look like you're doing better than guessing? Do you guys think you're doing better than guessing on average? We'll answer this question on Tuesday. Better. Do you think you're doing better than guessing?
Yeah.
Yes.
It does appear that you are doing better than guessing, doesn't it? At least at first glance. Because if you were guessing, you should be landing mostly here, with some variability on both sides. But it looks like most of the variability is happening to the right of 5. So, somebody asked, let me back this out a little bit. Here is all the results I've kept track of since I started doing this a couple years ago.
Wow.
Notice what the shape of the curve is. Does it look like they're doing better than guessing?
No.
Historically. It's harder to see from just this curve. My vote is actually a smidge better than guessing. Because look at where the high point is. Between 5 and 6, that's higher than 5, correct? But then a question, and we can't answer this right now, is it's higher than 5, but is it significantly higher than 5? Now, how are we going to answer that? We have to put a margin of error on that, which we will do on Tuesday, after you've forgotten over the weekend everything about TOs. Okay, no? Hold on to the quizzes. We have to finish the quiz. We'll finish it on Tuesday, okay? No, because I have that math test. So drop off anything you want to turn into the boxes outside my office. Cool? And tomorrow's fine, too, if you don't want to come on the campus on Tuesday, Alan. Or Thursday, excuse me.